tribute. Brian Chira is my nephew, born of my firstborn sister. He's the only child and a loving son. He was very obedient and kind. Something unique about Brian Chira was his love for God. And every time in our conversation, the parting lines was, "Auntie, remember to pray for me." One day, when his cousin Sophia was sick, I saw the leadership and support system character in him. He took over the following up of Sophia's medication and attended every doctor's briefing. Brian Chira never gave up in life. He was hardworking and very caring. Brian Chira was a jewel to our family. He was very neat and organized. I remember how he used to wash my house anytime he visited. He was also a good cook. His favorite dish was Kenyan chicken, and that is what he craved the most. In our last conversation, he promised that I should come over the Easter holiday so that he can make my meals. I'll miss you, my son. I believe he's resting with angels. We will meet at Jesus' feet someday. Rest well, Brian. Rest well, my son.
On behalf of Shosho, Sophia Wambui Chira, my daughter left Brian under my care at the age of 8 years. I took him to church and taught him the way of God. Brian was my best friend since childhood. He was supportive, and anytime he was able to provide. Brian has been providing for us. Brian obedient and responsive. He could wash clothes, clean the house, take care of his cousins and the home. His greatest wish was to see us settled in a big modern house and have our own compound. He always wished the best for me. Brian made many sacrifices for me. He was in school but realized that I was struggling to raise his younger cousins. He opted to quit his studies to enable him work, make ends meet for us. Brian always made random visit at home. On his last visit, which was on 9th March, we talked more about our family. He wished I knew how he was in the society, and now I have realized who he is. Brian is a star. Brian has left a big void in our life. I prayed that God may lift strong and vibrant ones in one of my grandchildren. Brian always asked me to love him how he was, and with all his faults, I loved him. I remembered on his admission day at Kabbalah University, the aunties told him that the school fees that was paid was a debt, and he will take care of the children's school fees. A year later, the aunties died. Brian always remembered this, and that's why he was working hard to always take care for his cousins. My grandson, I loved you since you came to our life and to your last breath. I will surely miss you. Say hi to your mom, Sophia, and Alice. May you find peace. Kuroka Ohoro Brian. Kuroka Ohoro Brian is loved, but God loved him most. My prayer is that we remain faithful to God, and He will always keep His promise to us. I dedicate this song to you.